Hey guys, this is Krista from the Moratorium. Do you like grisly gore and mysteries? Of course you do. That is why I suggest you subscribe to my blog, Suspended Animation, Dormant Stories Waiting to be Told, where we at the Moratorium offer a number of lurid tales from axemen running around New Orleans to phantoms in Texarkana. And if you're feeling especially generous, head over to our Patreon, where for just a couple bucks a month, you can help the Moratorium grow. And that would be pretty kick-ass. And remember, long live VHS.
Well, guys, we're packing up and heading back to Earth. It's hard to believe that we couldn't find intelligent life anywhere else either. And you know what? Intelligent beings probably aren't as funny anyway. And that's why you came here, to listen to us crack jokes about our favorite movies. Cue the music.
And in 3, 2, 1, I already forgot it.
You will be soon as big as a giant, or like all the others, dead.
You think I imagined all of it, don't you? You think I'm insane?
That's feng shui.
A match made in a bathroom, just floating into the void.
It is easy to get lost in Kirk Douglas's career.
I'm sure that is true. I'm stuck on Harvey Keitel.
Okay.
Man, that guy from like mid 80s, he just was in everything from 86 to like the 2000s. I mean, he was just so much cool stuff.
What's his total?
162 credits.
Wow.
But I mean, like, right when Tarantino exploded onto the scene, he was wanted for all that stuff. I mean, like, he was in so much. Don't ask me why, but I have Ron Silver pulled up on IMDb, and he passed away not too long ago. I really enjoy Ron Silver.
Yeah.
They have the weirdest photo of him as his headshot for IMDb. It looks like he borrowed Al Pacino's wig and is making a very strange face. And I just have to think that someone like is pranking him. And then you scroll down a little bit, and now he's got Howard Stern's afro from before he became popular.
That's funny.
Reversal of fortune. He's got like a he looks like that newscaster with the giant mustache.
No, I've never seen Reversal of Fortune.
No, I haven't either.
No. I did see, The Entity, right?
Ron Silver in that?
Yeah, he's
been a while since I've seen it.
He's one of the main characters beyond Barbara Hershey. I mean, he's kind of a love interest, but
yeah, he's horny for what's going on. Like, he's intrigued that she's getting raped by a ghost. That's a disturbing movie.
Yes, it is. Why are we looking at Ron Silver? I remember Ron Silver, though, because of
Time Cop?
No, it was the one with Jamie Lee Curtis. Blue Steel, right.
He's always playing a boyfriend or a husband who's, like, up to no good or something, right?
I buy that, yeah.
Was he a bad guy in that one that you just mentioned?
No. He was a cop next to Jamie Lee Curtis.
Okay, then, not a dirty cop.
Right. And then Clancy Brown, I think, was the bad guy. So.
Oh, obviously. If you've got Ron Silver and Clancy Brown, Clancy Brown's going to be the bad guy.
You've got Louise Fletcher, Richard Jenkins, Kevin Dunn. We just brought up Kevin Dunn.
Wow.
Tom Sizemore.
Wow.
Man. There's a lot of people out here could be bad guys. I saw it at the theater, and I don't necessarily remember it.
Yeah. What, was she, like, sexually assaulted or something? Or what was the deal with that?
A rookie in the police force must engage in a cat-and-mouse game with a pistol-wielding psychopath who becomes obsessed with her. But written and directed by Katherine Bigelow.
Oh, interesting.
So.
Huh.
Yeah. You want to tell our audience what Katherine Bigelow's best known for in our book?
Near Dark, I would imagine.
Near Dark.
She has such a weird filmography that I always forget. Like, oh wow, I forgot she did that.
You forgot she did Point Break.
Oh my God, yeah. Wow.
Has it been an episode since we brought up Patrick Swayze? I think so.
Yes.
An episode.
Yes. Which do you like more, Point Break or Roadhouse? Which would you rather watch on a...
I think they're in the same universe. So...
Oh, yeah, like a shared... You mean... Oh, wow. Holy crap.
Somebody write that story.
The Swayze-verse?
Planet Swayze.
I always hear of a lot of movies that Patrick Swayze was almost cast in, and almost every time it would have made the movie like 1,000 times better. Love that guy.
I, in fact, just watched, I posted it on our Facebook, that there was a He-Man and Skeletor, like, he walks into the bar but sees Skeletor, but they break out into the last dance in...
Oh, yeah, he picks him up and does the thing.
Oh, it's hilarious. Nothing like a little dirty dancing.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But that made me laugh, so I had to post it. And I don't laugh enough, damn it.
No, not a lot of Chucks going around these days. I'm going to click off of Ron Silver now because did you see the picture that I was talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Why that as his headshot?
I don't know.
So
I think that might be Al Pacino playing Ron Silver and the Ron Silver family.
That's exactly what I thought. All black suit, black shirt, black tie, black black jacket. And yeah, his hair is brown cotton candy.
Because she's got a great ass. And you got your head all the way up it.
You really blasted the levels.
I did that. I did.
Remember when Al Pacino was in, like, The Godfather, and, like, he was so, like, reserved, and what happened to him?
Got hit in the head with something.
Man.
But he had a child with Beverly D'Angelo, so there, you got that.
Oh, my God. That fact.
He had 2 children. I mean, twins. Twins, Basil. Twins.
That's insane.
All right. So, are you ready to start the podcast?
Yeah, let's go ahead. We might as well since we're already here.
All right. Hey, it's the Yarn Wall.
Yep,
I'm Tim.
we're back.
That's Jason.
Hi.
Here to ramble on about absolutely nothing for an hour and a half.
I'm going to ramble on more than
the Rambling Man himself.
Exactly. Couldn't think of Robert Plant's name for a goddamn minute.
I was going with Robert Duvall, but I think that was Ramblin' Rose, wasn't it?
Ooh, wow. We're already wading into dark waters.
It was Laura Dern and Robert Duvall and Rambling Rose. I actually looked that up the other day, and for some reason, a young woman who exudes sexuality battles temptation. That is the description.
That's the plot.
That's it.
Huh.
I looked it up the other day for some reason. I have no idea why, because it has Laura Dern, Robert Duvall, Diane Ladd, Lucas Haas. And if you get Lucas Haas and Laura Dern to have sex, that's a lot of bones rubbing on bones right there. That's weird.
I guess.
John
Lucas
Hurd.
Haas.
Yeah. Haven't heard from him in a while. John Hurd.
He passed away.
Did he really?
No. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about John Hurd.
Oh, John Hurd passed away, right. But also had Robert John Burke in it. Robert John Burke was who took over to play RoboCop 3.
Okay.
He was also the main character in Stephen King's Thinner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I think I have a slight confession that I might as well do right now.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if I've ever seen Thinner. If I have, I've only seen it once.
I get that.
Not interested. Is it good?
I think the fat suit they put on him was really, it looked horrible to me.
Right. Turns you off immediately when you see him.
Yeah. Maybe I think that everybody wearing a fat suit is just, it just doesn't fit. It doesn't look right. It's just, yeah.
Well, I mean, now they can, if Rick Baker is, somebody like that's doing it, then if we're talking about the, clumps or whatever, isn't that what it is? Oh my God! On my way to another tab, I'm clicking back on Ron Silver's page just to see if somebody has changed that picture. It's not like Wikipedia where just a random person can change your headshot.
I don't know. Try it.
I think somebody in his family did that.
They're like,
maybe
he shall forever be known as.
It's either that or he's like fun like that or was fun like that.
Maybe. And if our audience thinks we've strayed too far away from what we're talking about already, which happens, Robert John Burke, is that his name? Robert John Burke? Whatever. He was in Copland with Harvey Keitel.
Oh, man.
So if you want a connection, there's a connection.
I honestly am going to hunt that down and watch it. If you look at the cast for that, man, there are so many. It's like Glengarry Glen Ross, where like it's just a
treasure trove.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
But yeah, he's just one of those guys that just shows up. He's been in a ton of things. He has 91 credits.
Yeah, weird. He's got a weird look. Like he could be the leading man, but also I don't like trust him. Kind of like it looks like somebody that Mulder would like make friends with in X-Files, and then it turns out he's a fucking working for the smoking man or something.
It's good.
Robert John Burke. Oh, that fat makeup is not good.
For some reason, like way back when, I always got Paul Reiser mixed in with RoboCop 3's character because his name is Burke. And Burke, Paul Reiser plays Burke in Aliens. And I think I always, for some reason, got those in the crosshairs, right?
Can you imagine Paul Reiser as, what am I, RoboCop over here? Immediately go to the just stereotype from Jewish guy. But, I mean, hey, tell us if we're wrong. Are we wrong? No, we're not.
All right, guys. Well, hey, this is the Yarn Wall. Welcome to...
Yep, if you're still listening at this point.
And we just came off of watching Saturn 3.
Man, can't believe you did that.
It was at least enjoyable. We did laugh throughout the entire thing and poked fun at a lot of things.
Yes.
I think because there were so little actors in this movie...
Yeah, 3 people and that guy that got chopped in half.
And I've looked him up too.
The guy that got chopped in half?
Guy that got chopped in half.
Or into several pieces?
Right. Into the egg slicer.
Yep.
His name is Ed Bishop.
Okay.
All right. And
it's a good name.
Yeah. He was in 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Oh, man. They saw him get blown into little, like, ice chunks. Like, I want that guy in my sci-fi.
Gotta have that guy. He's been in some TV shit. How about Captain Scarlett and the Mysterions? Do you know what that is?
Is that one of those like puppet shows or something, like Thunderbirds?
He was Captain Blue, the narrator, and that looks like exactly what it was, is Thunderbirds.
Yeah, he kind of looks like a marionette if you look at his headshot. Does he not?
Yeah, he's a little glossy.
I don't know if that guy's real or not. He's whittled out of wood.
That's pretty funny.
Is that a TV show called UFO? Because I don't think I've ever heard of it.
I was getting ready to talk about that.
Okay.
They made several like TV movies, it looks like, from this TV series. So UFO TV series 1970-1971 reads, the missions of the Supreme Headquarters, the Alien Defense Organization, which defends Earth from extraterrestrial threats. It's the Supreme Headquarters for the Alien Defense Organization, or SHADO. SHADO.
Oh.
Yep.
And Shadow is a acronym or whatever? God, that's a long... What does that stand for?
That's what I just said. The Supreme Headquarters Alien Defense Organization.
Oh, my God.
They really reached for that one.
Yeah, they really had to work at that one for a while. Look, Shadow just sounds cool. Make it work.
Let's see, George Sewell was in it, which is the only name I kind of recognize, and maybe not really.
He just looks like your typical beefy 60s guy.
But
I think you're thinking of Rufus Sewell.
Oh, maybe that could be it. So in 1971, there was UFO Distruget Base Luna. And it looks like it was an hour and 30 minute. Looks like it says it's a mix of clips from the TV episodes.
Oh, they just kind of hashed it together to make a movie.
Right.
Kind of thing.
But then in 1974, they picked it up again.
Oh, yeah. It does sound like French. Or
Yeah.
I think it's German. Definitely German.
So they made several of these. He plays Ed Straker in this movie. Not Stryker, but Straker.
Striker. Oh, it's Italian.
No, it's Italian. He was also in Diamonds Are Forever.
Okay.
So that was 1971.
I'm trying to remember. Diamonds Are Forever.
A diamond smuggling investigation leads James Bond to Las Vegas, where he uncovers an evil plot involving a rich business tycoon.
Are there any other kinds of plots involving rich business tycoons?
They have nothing better to do but be diabolical.
Bruce Glover. Okay, yeah, that's Diamonds Are Forever is the one that has, what are their names? The two weird gay assassins. Mr. Kidd and Mr. Wint.
Ah, which Bruce Glover plays Mr. Wint.
Yes.
And Putter Smith plays Mr. Kidd.
Yeah, he looks like your basic Comic-Con guy.
Putter Smith.
I'm so intrigued and weirded out by Bruce Glover and his weird son.
As everyone should be. Be aware.
Yeah. I mean, it's just when you get to the part of his career where he's a bodybuilder, then it's like, oh man, what's going on?
Yeah.
Those were good assassins, though.
Were they? I don't remember it.
It's awkward and uncomfortable, and I'm sure there's a lot of gay jokes.
So Ed Bishop was also in The Day After Tomorrow, 1976. This was a TV movie, and I thought I'd seen this before. The crew of the light ship Altares are lost in space when the craft is struck by a meteor shower and goes out of control.
Oh.
But I think it was like they were trying to push a pilot and it just didn't take off because it's only 48 minutes long. But it does star Brian Blessed.
Oh, cool. Man, love that guy. We just watched the first season of Blackadder, which I think everybody kind of considers it. Well, it's just not as funny as the rest of them. But Brian Blessed is... he doesn't need, like, to be mic'd or anything. He's so loud.
That come from stage acting?
Oh, yeah. For sure. It has to. And he's just a giant, like, insane, affable man.
Is that an acronym? That sounds like an acronym.
Insane. No, but I'll work on it. What is the Demon Headmaster? I need to know what that is.
That was a TV series. I clicked on that a minute, but I also clicked on Whoops Apocalypse. I know that there was a movie, but in 1982, it was a TV series.
Weird. We're in a weird area where I do not recognize anybody. It has to be like Italian, right? Or some other...
I think it's British.
Okay. So I don't recognize any of these people.
I watched the trailer for it. Mm-hmm. It's a lighthearted look at the final week before Doomsday.
Oh.
American President Johnny Cyclops is trying to run a re-election campaign while dealing with the Russians, a deposed Shah needing to be hidden, and a new weapon called the Quark Bomb.
Oh my God.
It looks
a lot going on.
Atrocious.
Yeah.
And that's maybe why it was on for one season.
They really lampooned us with that whole, what'd you say the president's name was? Cyclops.
Yeah. President Cyclops.
Seems very weird. Michael Richards, the cast for that is very strange. Loretta Swit, Peter Cook.
Are you looking at the movie?
I guess so.
Okay.
Whoops Apocalypse. Oh, yeah. The mayor from Amity and Jaws.
Awesome.
I want to see that little. What was that? What was what's the lady's name? Miss Kendrick.
Sure.
Kendrick. I want to see that little Kendrick boy spill out on the dock.
And if you look down there at the bottom of Whoops Apocalypse, Christopher Monkey,
Okay.
he's the White House reporter.
Oh yeah.
He's the 5th person in our cast for Saturn III to actually have a picture.
And it's from Star Wars, right?
You know, he was the 2nd crewman in Saturn III.
Right. So not a lot of people, but
Yeah, for some reason he showed up in Whoops Apocalypse. I found that kind of interesting.
I mean, everything's...
It's weird. We don't want to talk about it anymore. But I want to finish up. Lords of Discipline was 1983.
Ooh.
Do you remember this one at all?
Are we still looking at Ed Bishop's
Yes, correct.
IMDb? What year?
The Lords of Discipline is 1983, and it stars David Keith, Robert Prosky, Barbara Babcock. Hey, look, Michael Ben, Rick Rossovich,
Oh, okay.
Judge Reinhold, Bill Paxton, Jason Connery. It's like, holy shit.
Huh. Wasn't he in like An Officer and a Gentleman around that time? He's his friend that hung himself.
David Keith?
Yes.
Yeah, it was 1982. Not Keith David, David Keith.
So they're like, let's put you in another military movie where you don't commit suicide. It's written by the same guy that wrote Prince of Tides.
Okay.
If that helps at all.
Right.
Pat Conroy.
Can't wait. Ed Bishop also did a little voiceover work. He did the voiceover for Bananarama video short.
What?
I was like,
The girl band?
why did they pick him up for that? It was just super strange. Our guy was also in The Serpent of Death.
Wow.
Jeff Fahey, Michael Gothard. How many times I got to get it wrong?
Gothard. What year is this?
How about 1989, The Serpent of Death?
I am guessing that there is not a serpent.
I don't know. An unscrupulous archaeologist searches for Alexander's treasure using the clues he finds by desecrating historical sites and artifacts.
Perfect.
But
Great.
he's not the only one who's trying to find the treasure. So that's kind of what...
Let's try to think of another movie where there's an archaeologist who kind of goes on an adventure. I can't
desecrate.
Think of it. So you just like take a shit on a pyramid or something?
I think we know exactly what that
He
sounds
just pissed
like.
on that mummy.
He just took Nicolas Cage's job, is what it sounds like.
Right, yeah. I love a Jeff Fahey movie. When are we going to do Body Parts?
Yeah, we can do Body Parts. Get us there.
Man, he looks young in that.
I think you could make it right there. You could take that and run with it.
Yeah, I could.
You could.
Also, he's an adventurer, and there's snakes involved.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something in the back of my mind. Well, Ed?
Thank you for being in our movie for all of 33 seconds.
Yeah. That'd be funny if in his IMDb it just has that picture of him just like a G.I. Joe just breaking into a bunch of parts.
That's awesome.
Okay.
All right, let's move on because I want to riddle you this.
Okay, I still want to talk about Ron Silver No, I don't. Never.
I had an idea about Saturn III.
Okay.
That
I bet you had a lot of ideas after seeing Farrah Fawcett in her play clothes or whatever.
Those were space play clothes.
Yeah.
There was a small conversation with Harvey Keitel that he said to Farrah Fawcett that he could blank her memories.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. The same thing that he did with Hector the robot.
Yeah. He wanted him to blank the word murder or whatever.
Well, I think the whole thing. Yeah. Right.
Right.
Yeah. Get that out of your head. And he didn't want to erase it at first, but he was the same blanket. Harvey Keitel took his own shit and put it into Hector the robot. Hector recognized immediately that killing is okay.
Right.
He went straight
Obviously.
for those memories.
Yeah.
He tells the robot to blank it, but he tells Farrah Fawcett that he could blank her memories too. Probably like, hey, you know, this old guy you've been having sex with, if you need to get rid of that, I can
all
help
those all those images of just like two just balls down to his knees that you had to see.
It wouldn't have been so bad if he didn't try jump roping all the time. Hey, you gotta hike those boys up.
Restrain them somehow.
So later in the movie, you've got Kirk Douglas, who has been knocked out by Hector the robot, right? And Hector implanted the thing in his head, right?
Yes.
So what if Hector blanked all of Kirk Douglas's memories and the rest of the movie is just a dream on how he's trying to save Farrah Fawcett, when in the reality, Farrah Fawcett is being held captive by Hector the robot, who then portrays the voices of all the above so he can keep her on this base and keep her captive just for himself.
He Jacob's laddered him.
Yeah. Think about it.
Well, I did while you were saying all of that. And I think that might be a better movie.
Okay.
I think that would have been more satisfying at the end, I think. Because it had a pretty, I don't know.
It had potential.
Farrah Fawcett's arc was that she got a new hairdo at the end of it.
It's not her character arc and not her character arch.
Yes, maybe.
Quick little side note. Charlie's Angels, 1976 episode titled Lady Killer.
Okay.
All right.
Harvey Keitel?
Nope. How about Alan Fudge?
Oh, I think I saw that. I definitely saw Alan Fudge in the last week on something that we were talking about, and I've become so like a nerd to it now. It's just like, yes, there's that guy again. It's like,
I quit bringing him up too, but we've danced around him so often.
Yeah, he's always there.
But this episode of Lady Killer was 2 centerfolds from Tommy Mann's Feline Club have been killed.
Oh my God.
So the angels are called in to investigate. Jill draws the short straw, or pencil to be precise, and gets to be a feline cocktail waitress.
Oh my God. She immediately contracts feline leukemia and dies.
That was season 1, episode 8 of Charlie's Angels, by the way.
I'd watch that.
So I just want to say, hey, Fudgy's just right around the corner.
Man. Yep.
The old Fudge Man.
The old Fudge Man himself. Well, it's good to know that he's there.
He's there. Other than that, in my little theory, I didn't have a whole lot to follow up with any other cast member from Saturn 3.
I would love to hear that movie with Harvey Keitel's real voice, you know? Because his character comes off as so... I mean, I know he's the bad guy and he's supposed to be menacing, but to make it where he's already at that level all the time instead of even the vaguest idea that he, you know... Nothing comes as a surprise. He's just the bad guy from the very beginning. I just am curious if it was his voice, if it was a little more nuanced than that, you know?
I'd be interested in hearing it.
Because he's a good actor, but it's just so strange hearing that. Definitely not his voice.
Right, but Daughters, I think, did a good job. He did the best he could.
Yeah. I just think that you're looking at Harvey Keitel and anybody that, I mean, even if they didn't know who he was, they'd be like, that's not that. Something about this is weird. I have just been kind of off and on all week looking at his IMDb. Have you read like the plot synopsis for The Duelists?
Are we talking about Keitel or?
Yes. It's a movie from 80s, maybe mid 80s.
There it is. It's 1977.
Wow, is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It just sounded really interesting, and I thought about It's directed by fucking Ridley Scott. That's why I was going to look it up. But I don't know.
Christina Rains is in there.
Yeah. Weird. Fucking Harvey Keitel is just all he wants to do is duel, you know?
Okay. In that picture, he's got like braids.
Yeah, he does have
and
like some
weird mustache.
Yeah, I like the mustache. It's when he puts on the Napoleon hat that I'm like, oh boy. How did anybody ever think that was I guess funny hats have been around since time immemorial.
Sure.
Immemorial? Immemorial? I don't know. Look, delete all that.
All
There's
right.
a bad little eddy that we went into.
Keith Carradine, Albert Finney. I'm going to talk about an old guy that we need to talk about this week.
Tom Conti is in that.
Mm-hmm.
There are actually some people in there.
Alun Armstrong. We've looked at him before. Oh, he was in Kroll. That's why. Yeah.
He's also in Dune.
I actually listened to a lot of the soundtrack of Dune.
Really?
I've listened to a lot of soundtracks recently. I've been posting what I've been listening to about every sixth one. So
wow.
I have been just having it constantly playing in the background. There's some cool stuff and some soundtracks. So,
hey, I'm sorry. I don't think he was in Dune. I think I'm thinking of Freddie Jones, who was he was the Mentat in that. So sorry.
You just put some really, really wild eyebrows on him, and he looks like he fits.
Yes. You get anybody British, you just like, those are their eyebrows. You just have to put a little product in them and get them to really boof out.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's gross. Okay, I just have to say, on Alan Armstrong, the very first thing you see is some movie or show with Matt Berry.
Okay.
From What They Do in the Shadows, the TV show.
I absolutely love him. Yes, I see that.
Yes, he is hilarious. I need to find out what that is because I love him and will watch anything that he is in. Looks like a period piece, but anyway.
I love Matt Berry. I think he's the funniest man alive.
Yes. Have you seen The Toast of London?
No.
Or Toast of London? Oh my God. It's on Netflix. It's just him being insane.
Year of the Rabbit miniseries, 2019.
Looks kind of like a comedy version of Streets or whatever that Scorsese movie was with.
Talking about that bloodbath
one about New York.
Gangs of New York.
Gangs of New York, yeah.
Great.
Are you going to hit us with something mind-blowing?
Maybe.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Okay, the writer of Saturn III, besides our guy that was fired, right? Barry?
Yes.
Is that right? John Barry?
Yes.
Right. This was his first writing and directing gig. He was fired and subsequently died from meningitis. May or may not have been connected. Just bringing it up. The screenwriter for Saturn III, his name is Martin Amis. A-M-I-S. He's from England. This was his first writing credit. Now, he wrote a few more things, but he doesn't have a whole lot in his credit history. He wrote the novel for a movie that was made called Dead Babies.
Yeah, I see it.
Which is also titled Mood Swingers.
Right.
Made in 2000, and it has Paul Bettany in it.
Yeah. Weird.
And I refuse to go any further into it.
Yeah. Let's leave that one where it is. Interesting.
And that's what we're going to run into a lot of these things I'm going to go down today. But
I wonder why they didn't leave the title Dead Babies as the
I don't know why.
That's like if you see that book in like the discount bin or something, or like one of those like take a book type thing, or like you're on vacation and you see it on the it's like right next to the firm. Like, huh.
And you still pick up the firm and walk out.
Yeah. Every time.
Yep.
Every time. That story is so fucking boring, and I could not. I've read it like 5 times. I could
Firm?
not tell you.
Really? Or Dead
Yes.
Babies?
No, I've never read Dead Babies. The Firm is I don't know what it is about his writing style. It's like the KFC recipe or something. You don't know what it is, but you crave it. You know.
Well, he was a lawyer, so
I mean, how fucking boring is that?
yeah. Well, he's a millionaire author now because of it, so
Yeah.
that's all right.
You get to see Wilford Brimley beat somebody with a suitcase.
I love it. Yes.
That's my favorite scene. Okay, I'm sorry.
Our writer, Martin Amis, has 2 acting credits.
Oh, wow.
One, 1965, A High Wind in Jamaica.
Okay. I think I know what that's about.
You think?
Wow, I don't. A high wind?
A High Wind in Jamaica.
Come on, guys.
In 1870, a Jamaican colonial family sends its children to Britain for proper schooling, but their ship is taken over by pirates who become fond of the kids.
Yeah, right.
That sounds cringeworthy. It's like Disney made it. So
Right. Yeah. Your own parents can't stand you. Do you think pirates are going to think twice about just like throwing you in the water to be eaten by sharks?
I watched the trailer for this, and this has Anthony Quinn, James Coburn, Nigel Davenport.
Got a lot of big faces.
Anybody with the name Nigel, you have to say it like that.
Yeah. Oh, Nigel.
But I watched the trailer for this, and it makes pirating look fun.
Yeah.
Now, I think that pirating was way more brutal, and if this happened in real life, those kids would have been raped and eaten.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
At the least, they had scurvy.
Yes.
But they did manage to use Anthony Quinn's huge face for a sail to rescue them. God, James Coburn, you never know if he's grimacing or smiling, but you're always seeing a wall of teeth when you're looking at him. I want to see this now.
I stopped here because I had to look up Anthony Quinn.
Oh, man, he's made some real stinkers.
Man, he has been around for freaking ever.
Yeah.
169 credits to his name. He was born in 1915 in Chihuahua, Mexico. Or is it Chihuahua? Chihuahua, Mexico.
If you're in Oklahoma, it's Chihuahua. It says his paternal grandfather was Irish and the rest of his family was Mexican. I don't know if this is, if this is racist to say, but I always assumed he was Italian.
He looks Italian. He's been cast as everything but, right?
I'm looking at him dressed as a Native American right here. So yeah, he's played everything.
He's just one of those guys.
Wow.
He was in Lawrence of Arabia.
Yes, which I've seen Lawrence of Arabia when I was a kid.
He was in The Guns of Navarone.
Now, I have seen that in my adult life.
Okay. There was a 1967 movie called The Happening.
Oh, yeah, where the trees are killing everybody. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I would think so.
Marky Mark apologizes to a tree.
This reads, this 1967 The Happening. Young drifters kidnap a rich businessman, Rock Delamenco, for kicks and demands $200,000 for his release. But none of Rock's relatives or the mafia associates want to part with the money.
Wah, wah.
So Rock switches allegiances, and plots revenge.
That's actually, I like that.
George Maharis.
Yeah.
Michael Parks.
Yep.
Faye Dunaway.
Yeah.
Milton Berle.
Oh, my God. Yep. Clifton James.
Luke Askew.
I recognize literally everybody that has a headshot. I recognize.
Yeah.
Who is Robert Walker Jr.? I know him. Oh, never mind. Okay. Yeah. He's from
Distant Relative?
No, maybe.
Oh, he was in the Devonsville Terror.
Ooh, what's that?
That's a Yuli Lommel film. Dr. Worley investigates a 300-year-old witch's curse in the New England town of Devonsville. 3 liberated, assertive women move into town. What are they liberated from?
I don't know.
Yeah. Which angers the bigoted, male-dominated town fathers. One of the women is a reincarnation of a witch.
Oh, that's gonna...
Who proceeds to exact revenge on the town's males. Donald Pleasance.
Oh, yeah. Yep, same. Sounds like they took an H.P. Lovecraft story and just, like, shook it up and...
Yeah.
This is what fell out.
And took all the tentacles out of it.
Yep. No tentacles. We can't afford it.
Tentacle free. Anyway, Anthony Quinn has been doing stuff for a long time. He was in a movie 1968, The Magus. I had to click on that. I clicked on a lot of different things. The Magus is a school teacher in the Greek island. And I think this is another thing. Anthony Quinn was playing a Greek often as well.
Right.
You know? Michael Caine, Candice Bergen.
Ooh. I have it right here that you're actually pronouncing that correctly.
Oh, yeah? The Magus?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's not Magus, it's Magus.
So one time I got it right.
Yep.
RPM?
Yeah, I don't know.
Anthony Quinn was in RPM 1970? I don't know. Anne Margaret? That just sounded familiar. Donald Moffat's in there.
Okay.
Yeah, get that guy off the couch. Graham Jarvis. You may not recognize the name, but you'll see the face. And you're like, oh, that guy.
Oh.
Catch up. You got him. You can do it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my
guy.
God. That is so funny. I'm writing this down. I have a bit of trivia about a guy who has the same
hairline,
mustache setup. So, that jogged my memory. I'm glad I looked at him.
Great.
Oh, man. He looks like a Graham, too.
I don't know why I know this guy, but he has that face. You cannot mistake that guy. And I've seen him billions of times.
And Gary Lockwood is the main character in 2001: A Space Odyssey. Everything, well, look, we can only say that so many times. And it's like, yes, everything is connected to everything.
How about 1970, the movie called Flap? Anthony Quinn plays Flapping Eagle.
Oh, brother.
How about Claude Akins is in there?
Yep, I see him.
Victor French?
Yep. The Stairway to Heaven. Not Stairway to Heaven.
Close enough. Highway to Heaven.
It's the second Zeppelin reference, too. Oh, my God.
So, yes, Little House on the Prairie. Yes, Victor French.
Oh, man.
Shit, he died young. He was 54 when he died of lung cancer.
Just assume all these guys are heavy drinkers and smokers.
But when I saw that guy, I swore he was way older than 54. I think maybe as I get closer to 50, I'm like, oh yeah, these guys 54 ain't nothing.
Everybody's skin was so thick back then. It was like at least an inch of face. I think we just have to deal with the fact that people were just a lot uglier.
Yeah, I think so.
Back then.
I believe that. In 1973... Anthony Quinn was in Deaf Smith and Johnny Ears. And this is just an Italian spaghetti western.
There are so many of those wacky names. I wonder where that started.
I don't know.
Did you know that Harvey Keitel is Speed in Mother Jugs and Speed?
Oh, yeah, I did read that. It's awesome.
We need more movie titles like that. They're fun.
Deaf Smith and Johnny Ears also has Franco Nero in it, who plays Johnny Ears.
Yeah.
Anthony Quinn plays Deaf Smith.
Well, see, now that just totally... I go back on what I just said because Franco Nero's like a good-looking dude from that era.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Johnny Ears. His ears are perfectly normal. Oh, maybe he has like super hearing or something.
Maybe. If you look down here on the list, Romano Pupo is down there.
Yep.
Yeah, we brought him up a couple of times. He did the stunts in Orca. Yeah, we talked about him. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because he was Ratchet in 2019 after the fall of New York. That's why we brought. Yeah, that's why
he's Trash's dad in Escape from the Bronx, which all of those people were in that movie too.
And look, there's Toreg, the Desert Warrior again. The one with Mark Harmon.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
We have got to watch that.
Wow.
Got to find it.
Awesome. Anyway, Romano Pupo.
Romano Pupo. Could never get tired of saying his name.
But I'm talking about Anthony Quinn here and his career. The Destructors, 1974, with Michael Caine, James Mason, which I got to tell you, I got a little sidebar right here. Since I was off work, I got trapped again in watching theories about The Shining.
Okay.
I've made a link to our YouTube page to this guy. His name's Rob Ager.
Okay.
But he has a lot of different reviews. It's a deep collective thought into different movies. And he has this whole theory behind The Shining that I totally love. Anyway, James Mason was friends with Kubrick and was on the set of The Shining, and it showed in the bedroom. It looked like right before Jack Nicholson was getting ready to axe the door into the bathroom.
And James Mason is hanging out?
He's hanging out. He was allowed to come on the set. James Mason had 2 daughters that were there with him, and Jack Nicholson, met everybody. The 2 daughters were wearing kind of like the same type of dresses that the Grady twins were wearing. And it was just, It was really kind of creepy, but yeah, Rob Ager goes into that, and it's pretty freaking cool, I got to tell you.
Very interesting.
Rob Ager's site is called Collative Learning, and I beg everybody, hey, go check this stuff out. There's got a lot of cool shit. And he's not just anybody that's breaking down the films. He's actually a very intelligent man that's doing some good research on these projects. Really cool stuff. But he's been doing videos for quite some time. Collative Learning.
Collative Learning.
That is the whole reason I wanted to bring up the Destructors.
What are they destructing, do you think? Knocking down a house or something? Oh, no, it's just a bunch of guys driving around in cars and doing spy stuff, I think.
Okay.
And I'm just going to guess sexually assaulting women.
Probably. I would expect that.
That just goes with the territory.
1981, Anthony Quinn was in The Salamander.
Ah, was he the Salamander?
With Franco Nero.
Yep, I see his wild eyes.
And Martin Balsam. Sybil Danning, Christopher Lee, Cleavon Little, Eli Wallach. I was like,
Paul L.
crap.
Smith. Man.
Who's Paul L. Smith?
He's the Beast Raban from Dune.
Oh, no, he's also Bluto in Popeye.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And he has a beard. He definitely looks like Bluto. Eli Wallach, man. I love Eli Wallach. And Cleavon Little I don't think he was in a ton of movies.
No, he was in Once Bitten. That's what I know.
Oh, my God. Well,
in Blazing Saddles, but yeah.
Funniest movie of all time.
Right.
He was born in Oklahoma.
Yes, he was.
So he died at 53. He was born in Chickasha.
Colon cancer.
Oh, man.
Damn it.
Got to get your butthole checked, guys.
He was also in Vanishing Point. We can't quit bringing up Vanishing Point.
Yes, he was the DJ.
Anyway, The Salamander, it reads, an Italian policeman investigates a series of murders involving people in prominent positions. Like in the backseat of a Volkswagen?
Yeah. Prominent. Like they're in that food truck right when you leave the hotel.
Left behind each murder scene is a drawing of a salamander. The police begin to suspect 3 murders are linked to a plot to seize control of the government. He's just leaving dick pics behind.
That's not a salamander. That is his penis that he is drawing. He just doodled it on one of his victims' heads. Look at image number 7 in The Salamander.
Okay.
That movie poster is fucking cracking me up. There is a salamander with a little crown and what looks like Hiroshima going off in the background. And there's a guy There's a guy doing the Dukes of Hazzard thing, but all wrong on top of a tiny little Italian car.
Yeah, it looks like a Pinto, but it's probably like a Le Mans.
Yeah, it's definitely a foreign-y. But if you look real close on the right, I think Franco Nero is in a diaper trying to strangle
Bluto.
the guy from Dune. Yeah.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Whoa, a lot going on that poster.
The Salamander.
That artist was very talented.
And may or may not have seen the movie at all.
Yeah, and then Tom Lennon from Reno 911 is like surrendering to the cops down there in the left-hand corner. It's Dangle. Okay.
Dangle. 1989.
Wait a minute. Did you already say that that it was a Rod Serling story, The Salamander?
No, I did not see that. Oh my God.
It's a Rod Serling adaptation. So
Interesting.
He was a prolific guy.
Anthony Quinn, 1989, was in a movie called Ghosts Can't Do It.
Ugh.
With Bo Derek. I remember this being on the shelf.
Yes, for sure. I don't know if I ever saw it, but I remember. Oh my God. He Who Shall Not Be Named is in it on that second photo right there. What the fuck?
I thought I broke the podcast when I came across this.
You literally did. What is happening right now?
So, Bo Derek, Julie Newmar.
Oh, it was directed by her husband, John.
And way down at the bottom, Donald Trump. What the fuck is he doing in this movie? But Polo the dog got top billing over Donald Trump, by the way.
I just assume he's like, hey, are you filming a movie? Mind if I be in? And we're like, yeah. Oh, God, just keep filming so we'll get the fuck away from this.
So Ghosts Can't Do It reads, elderly Scott kills himself after a heart attack and wrecks his body, but then comes back as a ghost and convinces his loving, young, hot wife, Kate, to pick up and kill a man in order for Scott to possess his body and be with her again. But I brought up Ghosts Can't Do It because that was another cuck situation.
Oh, yeah. Ghost cucking, the worst kind.
Anthony Quinn at this time in this movie is, probably in his 60s, right? This is 89.
Yeah.
Anthony Quinn was born in 1915. So he is 74 years old and married to Bo Derek at this time, who was born in 56. So he is 40 years older than she is.
Jesus Christ.
So the same situation with Kirk Douglas and Farrah Fawcett. I just found that kind of strange. Yeah. But I'm still not sure that Farrah Fawcett was not a droid. She was manufactured for his pleasure, period.
Something had been done to her.
1990, Revenge with Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
Anthony Quinn and Madeline Stowe. Guess what? That's another cuck situation.
It is.
It totally is.
That's so fucked up. Oh, man, even worse than the one before. I remember this movie now.
I don't remember it all, but I mean, it has Kevin Costner, Anthony Quinn, Madeline Stowe, Sally Kirkland, Miguel Ferrer, John Leguizamo. I was like, holy shit.
How many times have we almost seen Sally Kirkland's nipples? Even into quite a, in her 50s at least.
Yeah. I'm sure she'd still give them to you if you give her a $5 bill. Anna Werther's.
Yeah.
Now, 1993, Anthony Quinn came back for The Last Action Hero.
Whoa, can I just say something real quick?
Oh, okay,
I'm looking at the pictures of Revenge.
Uh-huh.
There's a scene later on where Madeline Stowe has like a Joker-sized scar all the way across her face that has been stapled shut.
Wow.
I don't remember that.
I have never seen this movie. I thought he was like was he not a fighter pilot or something? I don't know.
Yes. I don't know how
did that work in?
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway.
Moving on.
All right. So Anthony Quinn, last action hero, 1993.
Yeah. You missed Jungle Fever. If you look at these, it is like one is just to pay off a boat. And then the very next one is like a critically acclaimed and like a, did good at the box office movie.
Right.
And then another like crap movie.
Right. So like Revenge, Jungle Fever, and then Only the Lonely.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
That's John Candy and Ali Sheedy.
I do.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, wow.
That was a Chris Columbus film. Chris, how could you?
Yeah. Oh my God, I just happened to see him, so we have to, Marvin Mcintyre.
Okay.
He was the guy in Running Man that had like the Coke bottle glasses that was in prison with him.
Where did you get him?
He's in Only the Lonely.
Oh. I guess you skipped right past Burt Remsen.
Yeah,
then.
Burt Remsen. I did.
And Kevin Dunn, since we just brought Kevin Dunn up like 5 minutes ago.
I got excited because this dude is one of those guys. He's like, who's the other guy that was like Hollyfeld and Real Genius?
Uh-huh.
He's just those weird character actors that...
Now, what's this guy's name again?
Marvin Mcintyre. He was in Fandango, that one about kind of like...
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember him in The Running Man. Yeah.
He's in a lot of stuff with Kevin Costner for some reason. He's in Silverado. Was he married to Kevin Costner at a certain time? Because he's in a lot of... Okay, I'm sorry.
Look, he's in Return to Horror High.
Chud 2, Bud the Chud.
Project X.
Yeah, he was the monkey.
Anyway.
Oh, wow. He was in the Burkett. Okay, hang on one second.
Is that connected? I saw Burkittsville.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is. While dismissing the legend of the so-called Blair Witch, a researcher delves into the truth or fiction of a series of killing. That's spelled all wrong. Series of killing often attributed to the Blair Witch in the 1940s.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was made in 2000.
TV movie.
Weird. Okay, we don't have time for this crap right now, but I'm making a note of it.
Make a note. Mark it. Anthony Quinn, I'm going to wrap him up here a little bit. He followed around Kevin Sorbo for a little bit for some Hercules movies. He played Zeus.
That's what I was talking about, boat payments, I think.
Is that it? Yeah. He had a lot of boats right there.
He's got like 5 boats.
He was also in Walk in the Clouds with Keanu Reeves.
Oh, yeah.
Never seen that movie.
Me neither.
I'm okay with that. And he died in 2001 at the age of 86.
Wow.
But I was looking at his trivia. He has 10 children.
Good Lord. I mean, 10 times he managed to trap a woman and have sex with her.
That's great.
I mean, to my recollection, a lot of these movies, he is just in a tiny pair of like swimming shorts. It seems like. So
that's what gives him that Greek look,
I guess so. Just like melanoma.
I think the Greeks invented scrotes.
Yeah, they probably did.
In his trivia, he had a quadruple bypass surgery in 1990. And he donated blood to John Barrymore whenever the actor needed a transfusion.
Oh, my God.
Hey.
They just gave it to him in a bottle and he just drank it.
Hey, Tony, you got any more of that blood? I need some A positive. In the movie The Magus, he had to shave his hair, but he had an insurance policy against the risk that it may not grow back.
That's not how hair works, is it?
Hey. I got some volcano insurance here for you.
So Anthony Quinn thinks that every time you cut your hair,
there's a chance,
however slim, that it just won't grow back. I need to look that up because the more I think about it, I'm wondering if that is true.
And I'm inundated with Hair Club for Men ads immediately.
1 out of 100 people, when they cut their hair, it just doesn't grow back.
I've been testing the fact that, we're being overheard with everything we say and hear.
Yeah.
I always keep the microphone for the podcast. It's always plugged in and it's always to the side. And if anybody's peeping on me, they're probably like, why is this guy listening to the same podcast over and over and over again? And it's ours.
Yeah. Nope, they're actually different ones where we just talk about the same shit.
That's it.
Same people, same everything.
Yeah, same everything. Anthony Quinn's first wife was Katherine DeMille. Okay.
The daughter of Cecil B. DeMille?
Adopted.
Oh, okay.
So, found that was kind of interesting. I think DeMille's wife was working at an orphanage, and they ended up adopting her. So
this already sounds shady.
I looked at her first thing was Madame Satan.
Ooh.
As a Cecil B. DeMille film.
Wow. Oh, well, he did all those Christian movies, but, Bible epics, I guess. Is
right. 10 Commandments, Greatest Show on Earth. Isn't that the same thing?
Sure. What if they mix The Greatest Story Ever Told and The Greatest Show on Earth together?
Love it.
Wow.
So anyway, I just thought that was very interesting. I had to go trip on Anthony Quinn and
you actually took LSD?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Come on, Tony. His birth name is Antonio Rodolfo Quinn Oaxaca.
So he's Irish, Greek, and Japanese. That is a strange combination. I'm sorry. I got stuck on Last Action Hero.
Okay.
The kid in that, has he ever done anything else as like an adult?
I think so. Who's the kid?
Austin O'Brien? Is that? Oh, he was in My Girl 2.
Hmm. And the Lawnmower Man.
He was the kid in Lawnmower Man. That's right. It's Jeff Fahey. Wow. Sometimes I feel like all these things are connected, and then sometimes I feel like we are forcing them to be connected. How do you feel about it?
I feel both ways. Anyway, I just wanted to bring up Anthony Quinn. We haven't done a deep dive on a character actor in a while. Anthony Quinn, thank you for your service.
Thank you, Anthony Quinn. I wouldn't even call him a character actor. I would call him just I think of him as like one of the greats,
Yeah.
Don't you think?
But was in a lot of weird shit, though.
Yeah, he was. That's just like John Huston. If you look at John Huston's credits and stuff, they are the exact same. He will be in a critically lauded movie, and then he will be in a just Italian sci-fi like piece of crap.
Okay.
And
hey, everybody needs a boat.
I guess. I don't know what the Italian thing is with John Huston, though. We really need to talk about that one of these days, because he is in some real stink burgers.
We'll get to the bottom of something.
You've got to look at The Visitor.
The Visitor. Is that the one with the eyeball on it?
Yes, with that long kind of string of blood or whatever it is. It's probably called like 3 different things.
The Visitor, 1979. The soul of a young girl with telekinetic powers becomes the prize in a fight between forces of God and the devil.
Is any of that apparent after watching the movie? I have no idea. I don't think any of those things happen in the movie.
Probably not. But Mel Ferrer, Glenn Ford, Lance Henriksen, John Huston, Sam Peckinpah. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, Lance Henriksen plays a very strange character in that movie.
Raymond Armstead.
There is a guy in this that is it's not Franco Nero. He could be his like twin. He looks just like him. Anyway, we're tabling this, but next.
And put it on your bingo cards, kid, is how many times have we said next episode we're going to clear something up, and we never revisit it.
Well, I wrote it down at least.
Circle takes a square.
Yeah, I underlined it and throw that
set
piece
it
of
on
paper
fire.
away. Hey, can we take a break?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you looking at it?
No. I clicked off of it a long time ago.
You have to take a look at this guy.
So this is the right movie that we were thinking about.
Yes.
It's just that picture 1979, The Visitor, does not look like anything we've ever seen.
No, and original title Stridulum.
Yeah, I can't
do with that whatever. I guess that means visitor in Italian? Question mark?
Yeah.
It's directed by somebody named Giulio Paradisi, so I'm just going to assume. But anyway, photos. He is the fourth photo. I just want you to look at his
lovely blonde locks, man.
Not only do we have a Franco Nero sighting, but he is in the craziest fucking... And I'm guessing that's a wig, but it might not be.
It looks pretty rad, though.
It looks real to me. He looks like he's going to be in Jesus Christ Superstar.
The look on his face is, man, wow.
It's like...
very serious.
I don't know why I'm in this movie.
Uh-huh.
What's my motivation? We also didn't say... Did we say I'm almost Anthony Quinn?
Yeah, I see him there.
Okay.
I thought it was when I first looked at him.
Okay.
Now, who's Joe Dorsey? I just clicked on him, and it's like he's been in all of our favorite movies. Real Genius, Philadelphia Experiment, War Games.
Yes.
Stewardess School.
But it's like Congressman Doughton.
Yeah,
I mean,
really.
They're all like that. Like
Chief, Congressman, Senator, Chief of Police, Doctor, Sheriff.
A lot of sheriffs, a lot of generals.
He was in Brainstorm.
Oh, cool.
Which I can't talk about Brainstorm enough.
Is he the one that killed Natalie Wood, maybe?
But if you look at Brainstorm, I'm going to talk about it time and time again. Oh, Alan Fudge is there.
Oh, my God.
You bring him up. He's like Candyman. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Keep showing up.
Yeah. He's like, hey, I just wrecked your can.
All right. So enough of Anthony Quinn. Enough of Franco Nero.
Enough of Joe Dorsey, whoever you might be. He's one of those old guys that your eyes kind of slide off of. He's just like another old dude.
Yeah.
Okay. I have something to bring up that is very short, but no, it's not a...
It's not a little person? Oh.
No, it's not. I need to choose my words better next time.
I got so excited for a minute.
Oh, we're not talking about Willow 2 or whatever.
The Willowing.
I want to say that I found out something very strange this weekend.
Oh.
And I apologize. We talk about a lot of shit and make a lot of connections that, I'm not going to lie, are pretty much immediately out of my head when we're not doing the podcast. But I was looking at American Graffiti for some reason.
Uh-huh. I think I've made the same connection you're getting ready to go down. Go right ahead.
Are you really?
Is his name Paul?
It might be.
Paul Lamatt. That's who I was going to bring up. It's funny you bring this up.
Paul Lamatt is in, was he in Pulse? What sci-fi movie?
Strange Invaders. That's
maybe
when I
that's
came across
it.
Which looks horrible.
I knew he was in something that was a little weird when I was a kid that I've seen 1,000 times. I don't know if that's what I'm thinking of.
But I was looking at him because I came across Death Valley.
Uh-huh.
Divorced mother and her young son and her new boyfriend set on a road trip through Death Valley and run afoul of a local serial killer.
Oh, a local serial killer.
Uh-huh. Stephen McHattie.
Oh,
Wilford Brimley. Peter Billingsley plays the kid.
What year is that?
That is 1982.
Wow. Stephen McCaddy has been in...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we've talked about this before, I think.
If we haven't, it needed to be talked about again.
Yeah,
So
for sure. Wilford Brimley.
So is Paula Matt who you were trying to bring up since I totally derailed you? Okay.
No. I'm happy that you took a wild guess from people that have been in the same movie.
Okay.
No. I wanted to talk about Charles Martin Smith, who plays Terry in American Graffiti. Did you see Never Cry Wolf?
Yes. That's the only thing I can really remember him from, but he's
Right.
so recognizable.
Yes, he's very recognizable. And remember earlier when I said that I needed to talk about somebody with the same hair configuration as that one guy.
Yeah.
He was bald with a mustache or bald with a beard.
Right.
Okay, I'm glad because I think this is going to blow your mind. Oh my God, he was in Rafferty and the Gold Dust Twins as another just... Everything had to have like 2 or 3 different names back then.
Right.
Oh yeah, he was in the Buddy Holly story.
Uh-huh. Are you getting ready to talk about this? That his director?
Yes. Did you know that?
Wow.
Did you know
not
that?
know that.
I didn't
He
either.
directed Trick or Treat, 1986.
Yes.
Insane. Gene Simmons, Ozzy Osbourne.
I loved that movie.
Alice Nunn is in there, by the way.
Who?
Large Marge from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
I don't know how neither one of us knew that.
That is insane.
He still directs and produces a lot of TV.
Uh-huh.
And I think he went on to do a lot of horror stuff. I mean, he does a lot of... I'm trying to find his...
Looks like no. Air Bud.
Yeah. Did he do Air Bud?
He directed Air Bud.
Wow.
The Dolphin Tale and Dolphin Tale 2. A Christmas Gift from Bob. That may be a horror story.
Okay. Maybe it was just Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He directed one episode of that. Anyway, the fact that I didn't know that was driving me insane.
A Christmas Gift from Bob. Bob is a cat, by the way. And this is a sequel from a street cat named Bob.
Oh, brother.
So...
I guess once you do one talking animal, or I guess not even talking.
Yeah, Air Bud didn't talk, did he?
But there was nothing in the rule book that said he couldn't play on the team. Okay. Blew my mind and also thought that would take up more podcast time.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway.
Well, I got to ask you a question. Did you tell me to watch Dead House Dark on Shudder?
Nope. What is it?
It's actually a little anthology series, short films. It looks like it's like British Creep Show.
Did you say Dead House Dark?
Correct.
Oh, Dead House is one word. Now it all makes sense.
Oh, I'm sorry. You put all my words into one conglomerate. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you didn't give me an obvious space.
How about Dead House Dark?
Yeah. Yes, that's better.
It's an interesting little thing you can watch on Shudder. There's only 6 of them. They're loosely connected to each other. Kind of creepy, kind of cool.
Okay.
See, I've been watching a lot of short films lately, but I thought you had seen that. So I was just going to put a little props out there. Guys, go out and watch Dead House Dark. If you don't have Shudder, go out and get it. It's only a few bucks a month, and there's a lot of good stuff on there.
Man, just for the Joe Bob content alone, it's great.
Right.
It's worth $5.
But I have a little Gore-a-torium, and I'm saying it's a little one because it's a Swedish film.
Oh.
And it's going to be really hard to go down any career paths other than like the writer-director.
Probably going to be hard to pronounce some of the names, too.
Yeah, exactly. So my little Gore-a-torium, how about we cue some music? All right, now the music's over. Thank you, Titanium Pinos. I don't get to plug him enough. Titanium Pinos does all of our music here at the Moratorium. Anyway, I watched 2018 film called Border, Border. You probably have to put in the date as 2018 to find it, because there's so many matches and so much shit that I couldn't dig through on IMDb to find it.
All right, gotcha. I'm on it.
I found this as a video blog from somebody else that was talking about the weirdest films they'd ever seen, and this was at the top of their charts. This movie is very captivating. It is very strange. It is all subtitled, and I really dig it, okay? It reads, a customs officer who can smell fear develops an unusual attraction to a strange traveler while aiding a police investigation in which will call into question her entire existence. That last part I didn't even necessarily get in the film, so.
Okay. Never mind. I just had to read that. That's all one sentence. Yeah. And I just had to read it again to make sure that I was understanding.
It's tough, but this is Swedish. So
yeah, it is.
I enjoyed this film. It is very strange, and maybe because you can't stop looking at these characters.
Yeah, the main character has a very unique face.
She looks like she could be in one of the Geico caveman commercials. Same with the guy.
Oh, you're saying... Okay, I'm sorry. Well,
the guy is not the main character. The guy is actually the traveler that she finds interesting. Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I did not think that was makeup. I really... It's so good that I really thought that's what they look like. It's crazy.
And the girl, I mean, her makeup is... Well, I mean, we see a lot of close shots. And this girl, her name is Eva Melander. Mm-hmm. And she plays Tina, and she's the main character in this. She's been in a lot of shit that we won't recognize, so I'm not even going to go down it.
A lot of things with umlauts at the top of them.
Yeah. The guy in this, which is Ero Milanov, who plays Vor, he's the other guy with the prominent forehead.
Their names are fucking awesome.
The story is really bizarre. But so the girl is playing like a TSA agent, right? Okay. And she's quiet, but she is just kind of standing there like eyeing everybody that goes by.
Right.
And there's a lot of close shots on her face as she never closes her mouth, but she has this little twitch in her upper lip like she's smelling stuff. Right. And she says later in the film that she can smell fear. She can smell different things on people. And that's how she's picked these people out. Like, hey, you need to look in their bag. And they pull the bag over and they find out, oh, well, this guy just happens to be connected to a string of child pornography.
Oh.
And it kind of goes down that road too. And maybe that's what she's helping in the investigation of that child.
You'll probably have to cut this out, but what is she smelling?
Pheromones? I don't know. She can smell your fear.
I see.
Here comes this guy down that she checks him out because they look oddly similar. Okay. Like they could be brother and sister.
Okay, that is addressed in the movie because their makeup does make them look like brother and sister.
It'll divulge it as the movie goes on.
Okay.
Yes. It explains it a little bit more. It has one of the oddest sex scenes I've ever seen.
Oh, boy.
That looks like it's right out of a Lars von Trier film.
Great.
Right? It's just like...
Great.
It is bizarre.
What is it about those guys?
I don't know.
What's wrong with them?
This movie deserves to be looked at. You can check it out. If you like to read your films, I got drunk the other night and still watched the entire thing and just couldn't stop watching it.
This is reminding me... You know when Garth meets the girl in Wayne's World 2? Is that who is that?
Yeah, that girl. Anyway. Go back to our Penelope Spheris episode too.
Yes.
Anyway.
Well, I'm sorry, what country of origin was that? It's
this
Swedish?
Was Swedish.
Did you ever see Dark, the
yes.
series that was on? Wasn't that Swedish also?
That sounds familiar, yes.
Well,
anyway. Now the director of Border, his name is Ali Abbasi, and he did Shelley. Did you watch Shelley?
No, I don't think I know what that is.
A weird movie about a woman who becomes a surrogate for this couple that can't have a baby.
Oh, yes. No, I have not seen that.
You know the box art?
Yeah, cool box art.
Yeah. So that is on my list to check out next, and that is Shelley 2016.
Cool. I think the writer did Let the Right One In, right?
Correct.
Which was an awesome...
Yeah, they did what the foreign film, and then what Let Me In was the American version. Is that correct?
Yes, Let Me In.
So John Ajvide Lindquist, maybe?
Perfect.
Wrote Let the Right One In and was also credited for Let Me In, that has Chloe Grace Moretz in it.
Oh, okay.
That's how we know her. That was the first thing I remember her in, at least. And Richard Jenkins was her father. Man, I need to go back and see that movie again. Yeah.
Wow. God, I didn't realize that it had been that long ago. Holy shit.
2010, Let Me In. Anyway, Ali Abbasi also is directing an episode of a TV series that is being produced from the video game The Last of Us.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
I have not seen anything about that. I owned that game. I never finished it, but I did play it. I do remember enjoying it. And I remember the creatures in it being very, very creepy.
You need a creepy creature.
Yeah, it was one of those stealthy games that you could hear them clicking in the background, kind of like the Predator made that clicking noise, you know?
Right.
But it was one of those games that you had to like be stealthy and throw like pop bottles across the room so you could get past the creatures instead of trying to kill them all, because it was virtually impossible. Right.
Yeah.
But a lot of fun.
Like Manhunt. Remember that one?
Yeah, exactly. Loved Manhunt.
They gotta remake that game.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, this is what I wanted to bring up for my Gore-a-torium border. You want a little read a film? Go check it out. It was fun. I dig it. I really did. The girl who played the main character, she did really, really well in it. And I saw a little interview with her talking about when she was approached to do this film. She's a pretty woman. She's almost our age, but a pretty woman. And they wanted to totally put this makeup on her and make her one of the most hideous women ever to look at.
Yeah. Man, that makeup is good.
In this film, there's also some weird scenes where they're running around the woods naked, and that goes on forever. It's an odd film. I like it. Go check it out, guys.
Cool.
That's all I've got to say, Jason.
Oh,
balls in your court.
I don't have anything prepared.
Me. Do we need to start over? Next week's movie is Bad Lieutenant. All right. Good night, guys.
Boom. Hey, and honestly, that would be great.
Would it?
But I mean, that's the thing, is that there were so many. I was lost in the options. That was the thing, is that between those three people, unlikely as it seems, that I could have picked anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Since it's my week to decide. But how I do this, or how I've been doing this lately, the last few weeks, is finding the
easiest one.
Well, yeah. I mean, whatever kind of jumps out to me first is usually the one I pick, because I feel like it
was meant to be.
Yes.
So we're watching Mother Jugs and Speed?
Oh my God. Would you? Can we? No, I figured I would try to at least, we need to get some of these weird ones checked off my list here. So, speaking of weird ones, man, it's a smorgasbord of weird crap.
Oh, in the early 80s and 90s, Harvey Keitel did some just weird shit.
Yep, for sure. His credits are insane. And man, I just kind of clicked through Reservoir Dogs, and that scene of him shooting both of his guns at the same time and the camera's kind of off, that is like the coolest fucking scene ever. But he's in Two Evil Eyes, which would have taken us back to Dario and zombies. And
how about The Border? He was in The Border, 1982, which was Jack Nicholson playing a corrupt border agent.
Yeah.
Valerie Perrin, Warren Oates, Dirk Blocker. Oh, look, Alan Fudge.
Oh, that's where I saw him the other day. That's where I saw him. I was looking at this movie. That's what I was like, oh, well, there's Alan again. Hey.
Oh, my God.
It's like having a poltergeist in your house that you've kind of made you're like, okay, very funny. Where's my underwear or whatever, You
got to hold a candle in front of your face and say fudgy 23 times in a mirror.
Because that was his well-known nickname, Fudgy. And then I thought, well, we could finally do the January Man, because we've always been talking about doing that.
Have we?
No. That movie was such a letdown. Anyway, so, of course, he is in and out of all of these Scorsese movies. And so is another actor that we've done one of his movies. He was in the movie.
Okay.
So, just right off the bat, Harvey Keitel was in The Irishman, which was that unbelievably good Netflix Scorsese movie where they digitally de-aged De Niro and Joe Pesci. They probably spent like $1 million de-aging De Niro. Probably spent $2 million de-aging Pacino, and I'm going to say the rest of their budget went to de-age Joey the Fish, because he is ancient. But anyway, if you go to The Irishman on IMDb, and I don't know if he will even be. No, you kind of have to.
No, good. We're not going to talk about Ray Romano. Good.
No,
thank you.
Not this time.
So all cast and crew, it's because this movie had 1 billion people in it.
Yes, it did. That's why I'm kind of lost now. I'm wondering where I saw it, because
I just looked at another one. Was a Italian film. It looked like with Harvey Keitel in it, called The American Bride, 1986.
I don't know that one.
I don't know that one either, but it has Giovanni Lombardo Radici in it.
Oh, interesting.
A Bob reference there, guys. Getting a drill to your head.
Huh.
Anyway, just thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, Bob.
It's a comedy.
He was a misunderstood character, I think.
Even by himself.
Yes.
Can you blow up my air, babe, for me?
I feel like he was the Italian Crispin Glover. He's like the Italian Crispin Glover.
That's awesome.
This is going to be funny if we bottom out and this guy is at the very last. God, this cast and crew goes on forever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the guy that I'm talking about is Hoffa Rally Teamster #1.
Oh, Jesus. That's a deep dig right there to find that. You must have been bored. You're like, your finger was, you got like carpal tunnel in your index finger from scrolling down so far. What's his name?
Hoffa Rally Teamster #1. His name is James Lorenz.
Oh, we've talked about James Lorenz.
You might recognize him from our Street Trash episode.
Yes. I still don't see him down here, but sure, he's down.
He's probably like the 200th cast member.
But yeah, I remember the name. Lorenz.
He's also in RoboCop 3.
Oh, no shit.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you've done it.
We need a literal yarn wall. I know that we were kind of joking to make that the name, but we literally need a yarn wall. So I think you probably, when you click on him, can see the second credit that,
is that where we're going?
Probably. Now, this is going to be unprecedented, but I want to discuss this with you because I really just didn't have enough time to pick one or the other.
Okay.
And for those at home who can't see, it's Frankenhooker, a Frank Henenlotter movie. Of course, the guy that did Basket Case and Brain Damage and Bad Biology. So we were going to have to address the breadth of his oeuvre at some point. Because
man, somebody, look at the big brains on Brad. Somebody using big words there.
Well, and who knows if I pronounced it right. Mm-hmm. Not me. By the way, he is the main character in Frankenhooker.
Right.
Which the tagline reads, a medical student sets out to recreate his decapitated fiancée by building her a new body made of Manhattan street prostitutes. So,
love it.
Didn't win an Oscar the year that it came out, but
I don't know why.
But because of one actress, this opens up all of Henenlotter's movies. Beverly Bonner, is that her name? Yeah, Beverly Bonner has been in all of Frank Henenlotter's movies.
Really?
I don't know why, but we're going to try to get to the bottom of it when we do this one next week.
She's an interesting looking woman, yeah?
Yeah. All these people are New York. I mean, they all seem like they lived next door to Frank Henenlotter, which is why they're, appearing in the movie. So that means, obviously could do Basket Case. Brain Damage is a favorite of mine from when I must have rented that movie or seen it on cable 1,000 times. I love the story. And actually, I think it's the highest rated movie of Henenlotter's.
Wow.
But there's also Basket Case 2 and 3.
So we're doing a trilogy of Basket Case? Is that what we're doing?
I mean, I'm not saying no, but I feel like that would be exhausting.
I think so.
And I would have picked Frankenhooker just right off the bat because it's fun, but then I watched the first 20 minutes of it and I was like, oh my God, what am I even considering right now? No. It is pretty rugged trying to get through some of it. I mean,
awesome.
It's basically like you're watching this hour and 20-minute movie for probably about 10 minutes of really good stuff. I mean, there's, prostitutes smoking super crack and then exploding.
Ooh.
I mean,
So you brought us to Henenlotter because we needed to be here. And actually, I think we talked about this when we actually started doing this podcast as Basket Case being one of the first movies that we were going to do. We were trying to figure out what movie to start off with, and somehow we ended on Extra.
Yes. I would say Basket Case is his best known movie.
Yeah. So are you giving us an option between Basket Case and...
We can either choose Frankenhooker, Basket Case, or Brain Damage. Have you seen Brain Damage? You have, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm leaning towards Basket Case because obviously that is his first movie?
Opus.
Yeah, I mean, it is his, his vision brought to life. 1982. Yeah, so it's his first movie. Let's do Basket Case. We can mention Frankenhooker. I think that'd be a good idea because there's more to talk about with Basket Case. It's his first movie, and we will talk around Brain Damage and Frankenhooker while we're doing it.
All right.
Sound good?
That sounds good. You can watch Basket Case is on Shudder, but it's also on Tubi for free. So if you do not have it,
Tubi is fucking knocking it out of the park.
I'm telling you, Tubi, you need to sponsor us.
Yeah.
We're cheap.
And this guy, James Lorenz, I really like him because, I don't know, he's kind of mumble mouth guy. I feel like this is literally his first anything,
And he was the doorman in
yes.
in Street Trash, right?
Yes. He has a couple of pretty funny lines as the credits are rolling in Street Trash. And like I said, he is in a lot of Scorsese stuff. I mean, it is weird. Frank Henenlotter and Martin Scorsese.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
I think he's just,
just friends, huh?
Yeah. Has to be. I gotta know why he keeps on getting cast in this. But anyway, there you go. Basket
All
Case.
Right.
Did I read the tagline for Basket Case, maybe?
I don't think so.
Okay, Basket Case reads, a young man carrying a big basket that contains his extremely deformed, formerly conjoined twin brother, seeks vengeance on the doctors who separated them against their will. And the box reads, the tenant in room 7 is very small, very twisted, and very mad.
Very mad.
All of Henenlotter's movies eventually end up in this nasty little, like, Bronx tenement, like, apartment thing.
Is that right? Yeah.
Oh my God. His movies make you want to use hand sanitizer when you're done.
Ugh. Awesome.
Okay.
This ought to be a lot of fun, guys.
Yes.
Basket case next week. All right, Jason, you got anything else to add about boobs in space? I mean, Saturn 3?
Space Cuck? No, I don't.
Space Cuck.
I think we've said it all.
Well, even though, we've gone on for, this long in the podcast and haven't said a damn thing, it's been a fun ride today.
Yeah. That's a real roller coaster.
Some trodden paths and some not so trodden paths.
Yeah.
So always up for an adventure when we trip over our patron saint several times.
Yes.
Inadvertently.
Praises upon him.
In fudge we trust.
In fudge we trust.
All right, guys, let's wrap this up. Jason, why don't you tell everybody where they can find us?
Just go to themoratorium.com, you turds.
I say this every week, but I wonder, I'm like, they have found us if they're listening to this, right?
I assume so.
And they probably know we have a website that's called The Moratorium, right? If you just happened upon this last 5 minutes of this podcast and want to know more about us, go to themoratorium.com.
Yep. Do it.
Good shit.
That is good shit.
And guys, hey, we're coming to you every week. I took a week off for doing the mini moratorium, but I'm going to get right back on that. You can find us everywhere you listen to podcasts. We are everywhere. I'm not even going to list them off because they're just all there.
You guys are savvy. You know where to look.
Yeah. You point, you click, you listen, you laugh.
Get a virus. Malware. I don't know.
You can find us at all the social medias, all the important ones that I want to keep up with. Facebook, Instagram,
Tinder,
Twitter. You can find us and all that. I'm posting all the time. Go to our Facebook group and check out. I post a lot more stuff on the Facebook group than I do anywhere else just because it's easy. And hey, if you guys want to help support this podcast, go on over to our Patreon. That's right. You can just throw us a few bones and we would greatly appreciate it. You can also sign up for a monthly deal. You can help support this podcast for as little as $1 a month.
Wow.
Cheap stuff. If you want to give us a little bit more, we're going to give you a little bit back. All right. For $3 a month, I will give you the director's cuts to our movie episodes. On average, 20 minutes or more that I cut out of every movie episode and save it just for the Patreon.
Prime cuts.
Prime cuts. Some good funny shit that I wish I could share. And hey, you can hear it. Just go over to our Patreon, $3 a month. That's less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks. And you get better service here.
Yep.
We are here to serve you.
Yep. We're like stupid movie baristas.
SMBs.
Like, is that a heart on the top there, or is that a penis? What is that?
It's a salamander.
The salamander.
The salamander.
I am watching that immediately.
All right, guys, let's shut this bitch down. Jason.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Weird. Abrupt.
I know, it was weird. You've been listening to The Yarn Wall, an MT Cornfield production. Tune in next week when we start a petition to get Belial on the ballots for the next election. The debates will now be held in Thunderdome. If you have any movie suggestions, or just want to tell us how much we really suck, you can contact us at moviemoratorium@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and long live VHS.
I just wrecked your can.